Ah, man.
One stupid question. Yes. Please do. It's so dumb, but I'm gonna ask. Tell me how. Why is it that long and lean skateboarders tend to be great at it? Like, okay, because I've seen English bulldogs skateboard. And
I mean, you did say at the start that it was going to be a stupid question.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And like, but like.
Welcome to your mom's house.
Did I just buy another mattress from Satva? I sure did. For my kiddos, I just got them another mattress because I love Satva mattresses. SAATVA.com. Go there, go to satva.com/theshit for $200 off your next Satva purchase. Now, why do I love them? Well, made in the USA. There's no physical shop, so they don't have all the overhead that most regular places do. Outstanding mattress quality. That's really the primary reason. I like the product. I believe in the product. All the mattresses. We have the Lumen Leaf. We have the Solera that goes up and goes down. We have the luxury firm king size. My children sleep on a luxury firm. What's not to love? 90-day in-home trial. Try it out. If you don't like it, send it back. The setup is super easy and their customer service is truly outstanding. I love this company. Satva.com/theshit, $200 off your next Satva purchase.
And here we are.
Hi, Mama Jeans.
Welcome to another episode of Your Mom's House. Hello, Christine. How's it going?
Hi, Jane. I like your growth right now of your beard. I'm finding
Thanks.
it very alluring.
Charo didn't think so. Actually,
No.
the whole vote was I should go back to stubble.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I feel like this is a good level of stubble. No.
This isn't stubble.
Oh, what?
Stubble is like
sorry.
2-3 days.
Two-
That's stubble.
oh.
Like little dots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I vote for more than dots. I like this level of beard. How do you feel?
Well, you know, the vote was taken. I lost the vote, so by law, I have a choice.
I understand. You have to stick to the rules. Okay. Whatever, dude.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is how it goes.
That's that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
That's the way the cookie rolls. Is that what your mom said, or is that my mom?
My mom would say that's the way the cookie rolls. Yeah.
That's the way the cookie rolls.
The cookie rolls. And we would go, that's not the expression, actually.
No.
It's how the cookie crumbles.
This is how cookie rolls.
This is how the cookie rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom would do the crispy outside. It's very crispy.
It's not an expression
Crispy.
at all.
It's not even.
Very crispy outside.
It's crisp.
Right.
Crisp. And then if I called a woman ugly, It's ugly. She's like, it's not ugly. You say she's very homely. She's very homely. And I'm like, who taught you that? I've never heard an American say homely.
It's kind of on point with that one.
You say she's very homely?
Well, I mean, you can say that. You know, it's a homely look.
You can, but do people use that way?
Yeah, you don't hear it a lot. You don't hear it a lot in, like, conversation, but it is a proper description.
What about handsome? Speaking of, I have a tour that I'd like to plug.
Okay.
The Handsome Woman Tour rages on. I'm in Portland, Oregon at Revolution Hall. We've added a show March 31st. Rona Park, California, April 1st. Chicago at the Park West Theater, April 29th, April 30th, and Milk Jockey, Wisconsin at the Turner Hall. May 13th, Charlestown, West Virginia.
I never had no pussy.
ChristinaPOnline.com for tickets. Thank you to everybody that's purchased my lipstick. I really do appreciate it. We are figuring out how to get it from Italy even faster. Keep selling out.
I'm on tour.
Tour.
If you want to check it out, I'll be in Latin America.
Wow.
I will be in Chile. I will be in where? I'll be in Lima, Peru, Mexico City. I'm beginning a new residency in Las Vegas at the Chelsea at the Cosmopolitan. That's got March 17th and 18th. And then I go to Europa. And I'm starting it all off where your folks are from. Budapest. And then I go all over Europa. So if you want to come to a show, go to tomsegura.com/tour. I'm hitting a bunch of spots, and that's in April and May. Thanks very much. We got some big ones in Glasgow, London, and Dublin, and Manchester. So come on out. Come see a show.
What an exciting list of places to go to.
It's very exciting. I'm very excited to do the European tour
Yeah.
and the Latin American and the Australian New Zealand tour.
You really are
international.
coming everywhere.
Yes, and I'm going to be completely out of cum after.
Yeah. That's a good question. We've never addressed this. Do you come in every city?
I do not. Regrettably, I do not.
But don't
Sometimes I'll carry cum to a whole week or two.
But I think this would be a really neat marketing tool for you. It's not just I'm coming everywhere, but I literally come in every city. So
yeah,
just know.
I don't know that would actually move tickets or inspire the audience.
Just know that after the show, I'll be coming in your city. I think people will really feel a sense of pride.
It would be a fun social media thing to get into. Have you come yet? Where are you? Are you coming right now?
That's what I'm saying. It engages the fans. Hashtag.
Hey Tom, it's 3 p.m. Come yet? Question mark. Where did you come in our city? Because I think the answer is always going to be in my room.
Right.
But I think it might be fun to be like, we have some monuments here.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of history.
People really like to know.
I'm going to Athens. I mean, don't you want to come where all the old ancient Greeks came?
You want to come in the cradle of Western civilization.
Yeah. Email us your city and we'll tell you if I came there or not. Your mom's podcast at gmail.com.
I mean, just think of how. Do you remember when I was 5 months pregnant? I had the longest, most powerful part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Where? Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Room? No way. And it became a landmark, that hotel. It became a beacon for people. People traveled, pilgrimaged to see the room that I farted in, pregnant.
That's
Cincinnati
true.
Fart. So you're actually helping these cities.
Fuck it.
If you announce the room you came in, people would want to see that.
Start leaving the room number.
Yeah, which fancy hotel, and then which room number did you come in?
That's I really got to say, it's a new low for the show. Where people are going to take a photo outside a room like, Tom came here. Yeah. Jesus.
I see you're coming everywhere.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm gonna come.
God.
Do I know how to market? Yes.
Yeah.
I hate that one. That one's not too intense. I like RPCs. Yeah. I like his accent.
That's pretty cool. All right. Well, let's kick off the show. Let's open it up the right way. Here we go.
Taking control. And then I'm sorry, I feel unsafe for anybody under 6 feet. And that guy right there is very short and because the short guys got little man personalities like that. Like they get offended very easy, and they get over aggressive when it's not needed. And that guy's very short. No, he's not. I don't trust him. I don't trust no short. No guy only 5'5". I'm sorry.
Oh, it's right. Don't bring anyone up into this.
Yeah.
Jump out in the fucking stand!
Yeah.
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura. And
Christina Pajitsi.
welcome to your mom's house.
Yeah. I feel the intensity.
I'm gonna make you cry.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool clip. It's a guy who's being questioned by police, and that's the great thing about modern day technology. Everyone has a camera, and he's recording the police as they're recording him, and they're asking him, obviously, and he's just like, I'm not gonna go along with any of this because that officer is short.
Yep, always a good reason to push
And that
back
guy,
on
you
the
can tell
cops.
that guy's like, I feel like he really hit that guy in his soul because that guy's like looking down, like, oh fuck, man.
Yeah.
I know he got a little man complex, and then he gonna shoot me. I feel like he gonna shoot me. I feel like he's gonna shoot me just because of his height. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to discriminate. I'm sorry, but history have shown me every guy your height overdoes it. And I feel like I'm gonna get gunned down sitting in my living room after watching a porno.
Oh. I mean, I don't know. That's his experience.
That's his
Who am I to
experience.
judge? Yeah.
The short guys take it out on him.
That's what he sees the world. Who am I?
Who am I?
See, that's the aggressiveness I was talking about. I would talk to y'all, but I'm not. Yes, I would talk to y'all, but this guy, I don't trust him. I know you got an itch. They're fine. We're all fine. See, that's what I mean. He's aggressive already.
He's aggressive.
He's offensive. I know what I said was offensive, but he knows it's yes, because it's the truth. I'm sorry, it's the goddamn truth.
Wow.
I wish this video just fucking never ended. I wish we could see so much more where the questioning went.
It's the truth. It's like every guy on the 5'5" has a complex towards me and they're aggressive towards me because I'm big. I'm a big, sensitive guy. And I'm not ashamed to say that. It's your right to feel that way. And I feel like these shorter persons are, and you see how she was aggressive with me my whole life. That stranger, that's opposing as my mother.
I wonder what the call was. He made reference to a porno. I wonder if they were like, "There's a loud porn."
I mean, he doesn't even have his TV set up. It looks like he just moved in there.
And he's also just chilling in his own living room. Like, what could they possibly be in there?
He doesn't
3
seem
officers?
aggressive.
I know.
He's got his shoes off by the door. He's pretty conscientious.
Yeah, he's making it like he's making an effort to be like, there's nothing going on here,
Yeah, and also it's kind of a clever trick. He's turning it around on them.
Yeah.
He's doing the whole like, you're just all short and stuff, and I don't know what you're gonna do to me.
And then if they're like, stand over here, he's gonna be like, see?
Yeah. Violent.
Yeah, that was super
It's
aggressive.
a clever move on this guy's part. Very clever move, sir. Apropos our discussion of you jerking off in every hotel room. Can I tell you what I started doing recently in my life?
What?
That is so stupid, and I can't believe it took me 46 years to get on board. So Chase, my little baby feature act, travels with eye masks.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave me one, and now I sleep with an eye mask on the road.
I've been sleeping with an eye mask for years.
I know, and I've always thought you were bougie. You were maybe a little highfalutin. Like, what a princess needs her mask? And then I started doing it, and I'm like, oh, I see.
It's the greatest.
It's the greatest.
Well, it blocks out light and it's comfortable, you know.
But you also sleep with the weird Al Qaeda mask. One time when I was in Afghanistan, I saw them bring a POW in.
I do have a POW sleep
And
mask.
what they do is they cover everything. It's like
Yeah.
this thick, so that the prisoner can't see where he's.
Well, here's the thing.
led.
I am a very.
It's very bougie, though. It is a very high class thing to do.
Whatever. It's
elitist.
There are people who don't mind sleeping in like a mid-level lit room. Like they could. Like I've always been like I need a blackout room, and for years I obviously you get a variety of rooms. You know, if you travel a lot, right? Some have like, and I hate when there's any light. So I used to take T-shirts. That was my thing. I would take a T-shirt and lay it over my eyes. I just don't want any light. I can't really sleep that well without it. So I started getting sleep masks, and there's a wide variety of them. And the one that I got recently, you gave me, has a little bit of weight to it. It's like a weighted sleep mask. That's the best one. That's so.
And now you're into it. And something, of all the gifts that I gave you for Christmas,
yeah,
I had a feeling that would be your favorite.
It's the best one.
What you either like a Rolex, or the simplest.
That's the one.
Like $20 gift, and you will carry that weighted eye mask with you. I know on this whole tour probably, because you will cherish that thing.
I love it.
That's so sweet about you.
Yeah.
So I felt very snobby using the eye mask.
Are you even talking
Can I
about?
tell you what I do?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to perceive myself.
They're not expensive. Why is it like snobby?
I feel like they're a rich person's thing. So, but can I tell you what I do? Just listen.
Yeah.
I refuse to buy a nice one, a sleep mask. A nice one, so I will only use the free ones given to me by the airlines as a way of keeping it real with myself. Isn't that weird? So that I go like, yeah, I wear an eye mask, but I'm not like a douchebag about it. You know what I mean? Like it's the free one, so I don't feel bad about this.
I can't believe.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes, it is.
I have no idea why.
Yes, it is. Like.
But
whatever you need to sleep better, like some people sleep with earplugs in because they're sensitive to sound. Just whatever you need to sleep better. I don't understand how it's considered bougie to block out light. Like
just feels like
I just
a really
want a dark room.
Rich white lady thing to do, and like. Are you at Target? Yeah. Wait, and you think it's bougie too to wear an eye mask, like a sleep mask? It's very other level.
I mean, I do understand my mental illness in thinking that though. I think it's just I grew up thinking like I don't need. I mean,
Sames.
I don't have to. I could deal with it. You know?
Yeah.
So you don't like a really dark room to sleep in?
No, I do.
Yeah, me too.
But what are you gonna do? Just fucking.
What are you gonna just torture?
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
That's what I feel like.
Man up.
Suffer. Yeah.
Man up to the light. Okay.
That's how I felt for 46 years.
I mean,
just suffer.
Will you try it, or are you gonna fucking dig your heels in on this too? I know you dug your heels in on water.
Yeah, I'll try it. I'll try it.
If I get you a nice one,
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
First water. No, it's
He's like, I'm fucking with water. I don't care, man. Kidney stones are my shit. All right. Fucking crazy. You guys are crazy.
Tom, if you buy me a nice sleep mask, I will wear it, but I cannot in good faith spend. And I think you know what it is?
You don't have to spend a lot on the sleep mask. I mean, I don't know what we're talking about here.
Like, to me, even spending $20 on a sleep mask seems outrageous.
All right.
It's a piece of cloth. I could just tie a shirt around.
But what if that made your sleep that much, but you wouldn't justify the $20? Like,
but those are...
Yeah, the 15, 20.
This one's a 3-pack.
Then there's some of them have if you put cooling, like if you like that feeling, I've had that before. Cooling, like it has like a gel.
Yeah.
Like in it, so it has like that soothing feeling, so you don't feel too warm with it on.
Yeah, I feel like this is really not a necessary purchase. Like, I don't feel like it's necessary, like toilet paper or something, so I flog myself. I'm not judging you for doing it.
No, it is. Let me be clear.
I'm not judging myself. I mean, I'm not judging you.
Just so everyone's real clear.
Yeah.
It's a real privilege to be able to get one. But if you can, I'm telling you, it's it makes a difference.
I think because I never knew anybody in my life that had a sleep mask, except for your Al Qaeda mask.
I mean, but all I did for 15
POW.
years, I feel like I literally would go. I'm on the road. I'm working some, club week.
Sure.
And what happens is, I've been through this routine for people, but what usually would happen is you land late at night on a day, like the day before the week starts, so Wednesday night. Thursday night, they pick you up for radio, and they're picking you up at like 5 in the morning. You go and do radio, and then you have a big gap, and you're exhausted because you flew and you got. So now you're having to take your nap in the, like, you need one midday. Well, when you're in these shitty comedy condos or whatever, a lot of times the room, it looks like this.
I know.
And this is as dark as it gets. So that's what I would do. I would find anything to cover my eyes.
Yeah.
And I used to use T-shirts. I would literally put a T-shirt over my eyes. That's what would block the light out.
I understand.
I mean, they're making a device for that.
I know. Listen, I'm not judging you.
Oh, no, you are.
You're not. I'm not. You should not take this personally.
Yeah.
And also, I thought your Al Qaeda mask was so ugly that it was okay.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
I was
because
like,
it's not like sexy. And
it's
cool.
not at all. It looks terrifying.
Yeah, I understand. So, oh man, this is just insane. You want to introduce this very cool image that we have to share?
Yeah. So.
Should we just ask people what they think it is
Yeah.
first?
How about I show the guys? You guys tell me what you think this is of. What is this? What are we looking at here?
Is that a character in an Asian language? Is that a letter in a language I don't know?
Huh?
Yeah.
Good guess.
Good guess.
Annie?
I don't know. Looks like leaves. Looks like some leaves there. Maybe some like rose or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Smart chat.
It's
All
like
right.
a panther or something.
Do you want me to tell you what it is?
I think you should.
This is the one tattoo I have on my body. This is a tramp stamp I got in Australia
In
in
what year?
1998. I was 21 years old. And I literally just pointed to a wall. I went like, yeah, that, because I'm Year of the Dragon, and go to Dragon, 1976. And only very recently, I was embarrassed because we were on vacation, and Agent Jeans was there. And I was like, and your sister also has a terrible tramp stamp. And we were like, Agent Jeans, who's got a worse tramp stamp? Tom's sister or me? And he's like, I don't even know what I'm looking at with you, CP. He's like, is that like two guys fighting?
Can I
Can I
tell you something I never told you before? I always thought this was a major red flag.
It was.
It was.
Yeah,
I
noted.
really was like,
Noted.
Because the two things, like, when I met you, I thought you were a prostitute on Sunset. And then
God.
when I saw this, I was like, oh, confirmed.
You're still mad at me about the eye mask. You think I'm judging you.
No, definitely not. I was just like, I saw this and I was like, her body count is in the hundreds.
Oh my God. Babe.
What?
Pleased you are hurting my feelings. Now it looks like a mermaid. But the point is, and then Sean, my friend Sean, said, he goes, is that I thought it was the guy with the axe, the juggalo.
Oh my God.
The juggalo. So and I was like, oh my God.
That is,
Look up the juggalo guy. And I thought, that's pretty accurate. He's like, are you a juggalo? I was like, no. The Hatchet Man. Yeah, it does look like the Hatchet Man. It kind of does.
It kind of looks like just like a bad version, like a prison version. Yeah.
The poor man's Hatchet Man. So bad. It's so bad. And like, I'm at this point in my life where like, do I get it removed or do I just go all in? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do I do? I don't want to just leave it till I die because that's boring. Anyway, I thought it'd be really fun for the listeners. If you guys want to submit your awful tramp stamp, we could have a contest and see if anyone's got a tramp stamp worse than mine. Go ahead, take a picture of just the horrible tramp stamp, send it into your mom's podcast at gmail.com, and we'll have a little contest and see. Maybe the winner gets it removed.
That's a great idea. One other thing we have another update.
From?
David Walter, the weatherman in Erie, Pennsylvania, sent in a video. He accepted the challenge to play me. Those of you who don't know, I put out a challenge to play him one-on-one. after he said that if we played, he would destroy me, and he said it would be total destruction by him. And he posted this. He sent this in.
All right, Segura, I accept your challenge. I'll come to Austin, but you better bring an umbrella because I'm going to make it rain.
Okay. Do you think he's what's that called?
Sandbagging?
Yeah.
Could be. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah. He's got
That
that
makes it
long,
more interesting.
long and lean physique there.
It makes it more interesting that he could be like totally goofing.
Hustling
right now.
you.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Grifting.
Yeah. This could be just like psychological tactic.
Yes.
Where he's like, oh, I'll do it like this. And
he's
make it
like
seem like
amazing.
I don't know what I'm doing. Could be. You don't know.
Are you going to start practicing and stuff?
No. No.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Huh? Well, I know you're going to win, babe.
I'm gonna make him suffer.
Yeah? Cool. I can't wait. Tell him this guy what's up.
Unless he shows up, he's like, "Oh, you didn't know? I have the NCAA record." Like, I'll be like, "Oh, fuck." No, it would be funny if he's sandbagging this. If he was just like, "I look like I don't play ball at all."
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually really good. I don't know, but I think it's actually really cool that he has embraced the challenge. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Be good for everybody. You know?
Okay. Yeah. This should be fun. The weatherman and the comedian.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
We'll be mic'd up.
Oh my god. Yeah. I have to say, honestly, as your wife, I'm a little nervous.
I bet you are.
I just have to say, it's the person that loves you the most.
I think I understand why, but I'm taking some precautions. So
Yeah?
I'll share them with you. I'll take some precautions.
Okay.
There will be. Here's the number one precaution. Ready?
Fuck.
Ready?
Yeah.
No attempted dunks.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah. So that's a big one.
That's a big one. And you know what's really good is I have a good relationship with my surgeon for my ankle break. Shout out Dr. Hill. Hopefully we won't be needing you.
It would suck to fucking need that.
It kind of. I mean, let's not even put that out in the ethers.
Yeah.
But
no, I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, it would be freakish if it happened twice.
And also, right before we take a quick break here, I think we should encourage people to do what I've been doing at Starbucks, which is, and other drive-thrus, but mostly Starbucks. Say I love you to the barista or the person taking your order.
Been really fun.
It's kind of a nice thing, I think, for them, for you. It's good
love
energy.
You.
They always say, like, pay it forward.
Yeah, pay it forward. I love you. You've been saying I love you to people, and it's another one of those things we've been doing it for a while, and nobody's caught on or said anything.
Yeah.
I've been calling people mommy for years now.
There you go. Nitro cold brew. A little ice in there. A little splash of milk. Like anything else? I'm like, that's it. Thank you. I love you.
Such good times.
Yeah. Love you.
Good fun.
Love you.
Fun. I love you.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you.
I'm going to start doing it too. I love you.
If you do an I love you at a drive-thru, please send it in. yourmomspodcast@gmail.com.
Love you.
Subject line, I love you.
It's fun to do with service calls.
It really is. It's a fun thing to.
Like the pest control.
I'll try to record.
I'll
record one. I'll do one next time I do it.
Tell them you love them. One of the most exciting things about a new year is that you have no idea what adventures are in store for you. From new travel experiences to new jobs or picking up new skills, there's no better way to prepare for 2023 than by learning a new language with Babbel. Babbel is the language learning app that's sold more than 10 million subscriptions. Thanks to Babbel's addictively fun and easy bite-sized language lessons, you can feel confident no matter where the new year takes you. What I love about Babbel, because I'm learning Spanish on Babbel, is that you don't need hours and hours a day. You just do it for 10 minutes a day, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and you're learning so fast. 10 minutes to complete a lesson so you can start having real-life conversations and a new language in as little as 3 weeks. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, video stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/mom. That's babbel.com/mom. Mom for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life. It is positive energy.
Yeah, you're not. Look,
Not being
what's
mean.
they're not going to get mad. What are they getting mad at you?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry that I love you.
Yeah, I'm sorry I loved you.
Sorry I love you so much.
You're confident. Hey, you fucking
Sorry
dick.
that I care so much that I told you that I love you.
Yeah, you fucking asshole.
God.
Do you know what's so funny is that now I have a relationship with the Star Trek guy.
Yeah.
The original Starbucks guy.
Yeah.
I just saw him again.
You did.
And we're bros now.
You guys are totally good
He has
friends.
a great life. Doing
He
well.
has some love in his life.
He's got, girlfriend he's very happy with.
Good.
And, it still looks good. Got a good look on him.
Great.
Isn't that funny? Well, it turns out. So you never know. That's what I'm saying. You could say I love you to somebody in a drive-thru and then end up having a nice friendship with them.
Do you want to...
You never know.
Do you want to picture your Would You Rather? Because I really did like it.
Sure. So, here's my new Would You Rather. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I thought this was actually very interesting.
It is very interesting. It's very revealing. Would you rather weigh 400 pounds yourself or have your spouse weigh 400 pounds? Right. So the question is, and here's the deal, man. I think
you can't just say, well, like you're with the person.
You have to stay married.
Yeah.
And now, initially I was like, are you allowed to lose the weight or do we have to keep the weight on? And I think I'm going to say you can lose the 400 pounds because then that adds another layer to it. It's basically, do I trust myself to lose 400 pounds or do I charge you with losing 400 pounds? Right. And I got to say, with this fitness kick you've been on, you're going to have to lose 400 pounds.
Yeah.
So I choose you to be fat.
And I choose the same.
But is it for the same reasoning?
No, I just don't want to look at you at 400 pounds. That was really my motivation. The second you said it, I was like, I don't want to look at you at 400. I'll take it.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
But we asked your sister, and she was like, ew, the other person. So it's interesting why...
It reveals something about, like, where your mind goes and what you think, you know?
So you didn't want to look at me. You didn't want to be disgusted by looking at a partner that's 400 pounds.
Correct.
That would bum you out more than you.
Well, I'll say this. That was my immediate thought. And I also did think about, oh, God, how miserable I would, I did consider, I was like, that means I'm going to feel a certain way, mentally, physically. It is going to be terrible.
It's more mental torture.
Yeah, but I was like, well, if I look at you, that was my thought. I'll say this. I'll reveal this. It was an immediate reaction. You didn't
want me to be fat.
To be 400.
400 is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of weight to lose, too.
And then you can lose it. So for somebody out there that's listening that's, 2 or 3 or 4, whatever weight you are, I mean, that is something about weight, is that you can do something about it. But my immediate reaction was, it was a selfish one. It was just that that's where my mind went. I was like, well, my spouse is 400. I don't want that.
Or is it more selfish to not want to want the other person to be the fatso? Meaning, like, so you get to stay nice and pretty, but they have to be fat.
I mean, I guess that's why it's an interesting one.
Too,
right?
That's
why it's an interesting one to talk about.
Which one's more inherently selfish? Is to be the one who doesn't want to look at the overweight person, and to be the person who's, taking the burden of the weight.
Right.
It's interesting. I don't know. Chad, what do you think? What's more selfish? You're smart.
Well, can you pretend that you're not with the person while you're out in public?
Okay, we know what your answer is. So
too harsh?
No, it's not
very
that.
Real.
It's very real. No, you're married to them, so they are your partner. You must act as though they are your partner. So, are you saying you would rather take the 400 pounds or give the 400 pounds to someone else? That's really the question.
I would.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to look at it.
Because you don't want to look at it.
And I think I could probably do the work to get it off.
Yeah. That to me is the real question. Who's more capable of doing the work? So that's you.
It's like a mental toughness.
It's a mental game, yeah. Who can do it? Or who wants to do it? My God.
What about the rest of the guys?
Yeah. What do you guys think?
So, my question is, when I'm marrying her, is she already 400 pounds?
Yes.
Or after marriage, she gets to 400? It's just like,
That's
like,
an interesting, I mean, that just is an interesting
it's
layer.
a clarifier.
It's a clarifier. Let's just say you wake up one day
And she's just, boom.
and one of you is. Whichever.
Oh, just
Yeah.
overnight success. I'd have to, I don't know, like I'm okay with bigger girls too. And I feel like if I was at 400, like the fatter dudes get, like they start losing ability to perform, in the bedroom.
Sexually, yeah.
That's true.
So it's like I could still do stuff that where I'm currently at. But if I got like another 200 pounds on me, it's like I don't know how much more function I'm gonna.
We forgot about that aspect of just being a functional person.
Oh yeah, of course. It's a real burden to carry this level.
It's a lot of weight.
Yeah. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, you do it because you're bigger than me structurally. 400 pounds on me would just, I don't think I could even get up.
No.
I mean, I weighed, at my heaviest when I delivered our baby, our first child, was 180. 180, dude. No, sorry, 208. I'm sorry, I weighed 208 when I delivered our first child. 208. And
you know that I weigh less than that now.
You weigh less than that now. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You weigh less than a pregnant woman that ate cheeseburgers for 5 months. Pre-diabetic. 208. And that was so hard to just walk around and walk.
So
my knees hurt. I don't think I could.
No, it sucks.
It would be
That's why
so
it's a good
hard.
would you rather, because it sucks in either scenario.
But then but what if you have the spouse that doesn't want to lose weight? And
then you're stuck with it.
Then you're stuck with it. That's the hard part, is looking at them.
Divorce isn't an option?
No.
You know what you could do?
What?
Just like leave them in a pool or something. Or at the beach, like we saw that one, just let the ocean kind of take care of it. The ocean gives and the ocean takes,
Tom is referring to this time, what was it, like a decade ago?
It was a long time ago.
We went to an island off at a cruise ship, right? We're getting off Turks and Caicos, I'll never forget it. And we were at the beach, in the shitty port beach. And there was a fit guy, and the wife was very fat.
No, he was actually not fit. He was just very thin. Really, he had just a very thin frame. It wasn't a muscular guy. It's kind of like that guy's really skinny. If you saw you'd be like, what a thin guy. Not very any definition, no shape to him, just like a pole. Mm-hmm. She was a house, like a real. I mean, she looked like a hippo.
Oh man, I was just thinking that. Like the cartoon hippo with the tutu.
It was wild.
Yeah.
And you saw them together.
With the bathing suit.
And sometimes you always fetishizing what's going on.
Yeah.
So he's so thin. It was like the juxtaposition, right? And then she was laying in the water at the shoreline. Yeah. And at one point she was like, Frank! He scurried over, and it took everything he had just to get her from laying down to just seated.
Yeah. And I'll never forget that image of him pulling her up. She's in the sand. She can't sit up, and the waves are kind of pushing her. And I remember thinking, like, "Whoa, this is a fucked up scenario." And I think that's when I turned to you, and I was like, "I will never let that happen to me. I promise you." This guy's my witness. It's a long time ago. I will never get that fat. I promise you.
That was a good, And he could have just been like, "I can't hear you."
Just softly drop her back.
Just walked away, and then the ocean just goes. She's like, "Frank." Very cool.
Could have, yeah.
So wait, what's your vote?
I'll take her. Her being 400.
Yeah, I like it.
Because then she'll die faster than you.
That's not the reason. No.
What's your reason?
The reason is that it's in a marriage. There's marital loves. And I think with her being 400, I could work with that. But if I'm 400, it's like I might be incapacitated.
It's real insight into everybody's.
Yeah. The Dom's worry is
really
sexual.
like
I'm a people pleaser.
Yeah, he's sexual, and then Chad's is will I be humiliated in public?
Yeah, I don't want to. Chad.
That's interesting.
Chad was like, do I have to act like I know this motherfucker? Like,
So he was more concerned about humiliation,
yeah.
which is very real.
And here comes the big finale.
And then he...
Annie?
That's the easiest decision of my life. Yeah, it'd be her for sure.
Her for sure.
Same reason as yours. I ain't looking at that. Come on, man.
Wait,
As yours, you, Tom.
wait, I chose to be it. So I,
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? What am I? I'm stupid. Yeah. Me.
Yeah.
Me, 100%.
You,
yeah.
okay.
Because I ain't gonna look at that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's just reality. That's just reality. I ain't gonna fucking.
What's up?
I'm not gonna try to be nice about it. Like, I
No.
didn't marry a 400-pound fucking
Yeah.
woman. How you gonna just wake up like that and expect to not do something about it?
Yeah.
Nah.
And then your metabolism will kick back and you'll look like this in 2 weeks. So, yeah.
So you don't. So yours is about. What is that? That you don't want your aesthetic judgment. You don't want to be
it's like I said, it's a selfish.
being pleasing to the eye. And
Exactly.
it bothers you when something is not pleasing to the eye.
It would bother me.
And mine was born out of laziness because
Well, you
I
just
don't
said
want to do
you actually
the
had a
work.
practical one. You just said like, who's more likely to address this?
Yeah.
Well, that was interesting because that's how your mind operates. Mine was just like, I don't want to look at that.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Are you saying that my mind is more practical?
In this scenario. I mean, look, I don't know how this applies to everything.
Well, I'm just saying, and maybe in other scenarios this might spill over.
What?
I'm just open the possibility that maybe I'm more practically minded than you give me credit for.
Our guests are here. Why don't we go ahead and wrap this
By
up?
the way, you burped.
Do we have an update or not yet?
Yes.
We have an update.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, we have an update.
Oh my God.
Okay, and now, finally, to put it to rest, we have asked
Yes.
our very own Dr. Drew to weigh in
Oh.
on Burpgate. So,
Oh.
I don't know, you don't know, but we've agreed that whatever he says is the final word.
Is the final word. Well, I'm sure he's going to give me a very favorable response.
Did he or did you or did I burp first? That's what we're debating.
Yeah.
And he's going to let us know. So why don't we
Hashtag.
just watch this and see what he says.
Okay. Let's
Terms of this contest was very clear. Christina laid out the terms. I don't want to hear your farts or burps any longer. Not that I don't want to smell them, just want to hear the burp. And in fact, Oxford Dictionary defines burp as a noisily released bit of air from the mouth. And I did not hear Tom release air. I heard Christina.
I'll take care of my body.
I lost that.
Christina lost the burp challenge, and Burpgate is now closed.
No! No! Oh my God.
Yeah.
He is fired.
He is not.
He's fired.
He is promoted to super podcaster. He's just won podcaster of the year.
I can't fucking believe it.
Well, here's the difference. Everybody was having their own debate. People were weighing in online and on social media. And then all of a sudden, we decided to ask a professional.
Yeah, but I question now. Where did he get his medical degrees from? Is it America, Puerto Rico? Where are we talking? Guatemala?
Puerto Rican citizens have all the rights that we have.
It's very disappointing, Tom.
Well, we did say
I'm very
that we
upset.
would accept.
Yeah, I know we said it, but I don't
and I
like it.
believe if it was me that won the debate, it was time to go to Blowy Central.
Yeah.
So.
I got it.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Drew, for your
Yeah,
honest, unbiased, and medical opinion on this matter.
Boo.
Christine?
Yeah, whatever. Listen, the people who stand for me in my position they're still going to be behind me. This election was rigged.
Okay.
We're going to storm.
What
is it? The Pentagon.
Okay.
We're storming.
Well, look, your guy's
The
running again in
Bastille.
2024. He made his announcement, so best of luck to you and your fans. And, yeah, we'll
Bullshit.
really appreciate it. Thank you
Thanks.
for your honesty, Dr. Drew.
Whatever.
And we'll be back in a little bit. And we're back with our hugely wildly popular guests. If you love roller skating, you know these guys. Put your hands together for Tony Hawk and Jason Ellis, everybody.
Thank you.
Roller skating.
So big.
Am I wrong? I don't know the rule.
Roller skate. But you didn't say rollerblade.
I can't believe, like, it is so wild. I mean, I've known Jason a little bit over the years. I remember doing your show at Sirius. It is crazy to me that your sport, both of your sports, you're also very good rollerblader.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's a sport where you have to admit, most people don't know a fucking thing about it, myself included. I mean, what I know about it is like having seen some clips on TV, the fact that my oldest son has some interest in it, that like nobody really knows anything about it, and yet everybody knows who you are. Like everybody knows your name. You know, like you represent the sport. You're the main ambassador.
He's the main mommy of the skateboarding.
Thank you. I think that a lot of that stems from having a video game that was successful.
Well, a lot of it stems from the video game,
and being a mega winner.
But yeah,
doing the 900
The 900.
on that one day was a really good. That was a big shift for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To see that like somebody could do it or do it for.
But it put us all, like when people would ask me on the plane, "What do you do for a living?" and I'd say I'm a pro skateboarder, they'd be like, "Oh, you mean like Tony Hawk?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like Tony Hawk."
Yeah.
But before that, they would say, "Oh, interesting. Do you sell T-shirts for it or something?" Like I didn't understand.
It was always a mystery of how we could possibly make a living.
Yeah.
So I always think it's got to be a fascinating thing for someone to be a reference. In other words, somebody jumps on a skateboard, you go, "Okay, Tony Hawk," like to like, you know what I mean? Like if somebody shoots a bat, you go, "Okay, LeBron," like you're a reference to people.
Yeah, that's fun, but also a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I imagine.
Because I do a specific type of skating, and I am obviously a specific age group of skater, and so when people ask me about skating, I want to be able to speak for all of it, and including the fringe element of people that are out just to skate the forbidden territories.
Sure.
And private, and I want to promote that as well. So, it's just a lot of pressure, but I'm happy to.
Yeah. Now, how do you you guys are? I would say have slightly different personalities, and
you'd be surprised how close we are.
I believe that you guys
That's
are
the weirdest part about it.
But on at a glance, let's say.
Oh yeah.
There is some difference. So, do you guys is the history because of your skateboarding past as well that you knew each other way back when? Is that how this is happening now?
Yeah, we've known each other for.
I mean, I knew him before he knew me, obviously.
Sure.
Because he was Tony Hawk, and the first time I saw him, I was like, "Holy shit, that's Tony Hawk!" And I think he looked my way, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like we almost had eye contact.
Yeah.
And that was the highlight of my life for several years. And then I turned pro, moved to America, and then competed with him. And he would say, "What's up, Jason?" And I'd be like, "Hey, Tony." I'd be like, "Fucking knows my name."
Yeah.
Then that progressed a little bit, and then I think maybe we might have got drunk at a bar or something, and he was laughing at me, and I was like, "You're not fake. You like the way I talk." Like, legitimately,
Right.
This is so weird that and most of the stuff that was coming out of my mouth was inappropriate for sure.
Sure.
And he was laughing his ass off, and I'm like, "You know what? We could be friends."
Sure.
And then we became friends and skated with each other. But then it was more of like some of my other friends that are skateboarders would say, "How the fuck are you and Tony Hawk friends?"
Right.
I'm like, I get what you're saying, but he's not like a stiff, you know what I mean? Like he is a person.
But that's the
But people think he's just like the game sometimes.
But here's my thing. I love skateboarders. I love you guys because I feel like comedians and skateboarders were street people, if you will.
Yeah, sure.
You craft your stuff. You cut your teeth. There's no way around it, bro.
It's your scene too.
And
That's
there's no
what I've
faking
noticed.
it. It's
Comedy
my scene.
and skateboarding is
Yeah.
its own. You're not allowed in.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta pay before you're allowed in.
Dues paid, homeboy.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, and it's all about blood, sweat, and tears. And I'm gonna fucking get up and I'm gonna try that shit again, bitch. Watch it happen.
Yeah.
And other dudes are watching you, which is so fucking stressful, right?
That's the
Like you
same
bomb in front of other comics or you win in front of other comics. So your reputation is king. But what's fascinating to me about Tony is that a lot of the skateboarders that I've known over the years, you watch these documentaries, and even like Bones Brigade, like early touring, you're like a kid when you start doing this shit. Like you're 13 or whatever touring, and everyone else is getting faded and partying and hooking up, but you're like laser focused even at such a young age.
Yeah, I was definitely obsessed. Still am. But I think also through the years and even through my formative years, which were spent on the road with all the distractions and whatnot, I think that I saw my peers lose their motivation with all that.
So
and
how do you not?
Yeah, how do you not? You're
That's
so
that's
young.
that's a like
because my skating was always top priority for me. It's what gave me the most satisfaction and gave me the best, I don't know, validation. And so when I saw people partying and kind of losing their skill set, I was like, there's no way I'm doing that. You know what I mean?
Was
I'm
it,
not.
But even like with the partying aside, like as your profile grew, right, and this is something that I think happens to anybody that has great success. Like, was it ever hard? Or was it something you really had to focus on to stay driven, to be, great or be the best? Because people get complacent when they get.
I only ever cared about getting better.
That's it.
That was it. Learning new tricks. That was my that's my focus. So winning events was awesome, but that was just incidental to learning new tricks, getting better. And at some point, I definitely was caught in the vortex of competition and the cycle, and that got old and that burned me out pretty quickly, and I actually stepped away from it. But I never lost the incentive to keep learning new stuff.
And may I add too, so you're so young, you're touring, it takes courage to be like around cool guys like Jason Ellis probably partying and to be like, no guys, I'm gonna fucking go to bed at a decent hour. And even to be
I
a
definitely
winner
had
is
haters.
tough.
Definitely had a lot of haters through the years because of
Yes.
that, and because of my style. Like my style was much more. They thought mechanical, robotic, because it was just about the tricks. So I didn't have flair. I didn't look cool in my silhouettes. You know what I
Which is
mean?
what skateboarding is.
Yes,
It's about
like looking cool.
doing more tricks, excelling.
Right.
And he was all
But
about
in
that.
my
He's the
day,
innovator of that.
in my day, they called me a circus skater.
Yeah, he was the only one. Everybody who was in that contest got wasted after the contest. Everybody, except him. And nobody really ever caught on. I think there was a few people, but we were all too drunk to pay attention to it. But
Really?
yeah, if you, especially if you won, like if you won, then you're drunk like for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Because you know, you're still
I
walking
was
around. It's like,
I was
hey.
on the ramp the next day.
Yeah,
What?
He,
Did you
absolutely.
he was
But
on
did
the
you
ramp
celebrate?
after the contest.
No,
What?
because the pressure was off.
That was the difference.
For me, the pressure was off to stay on my skateboard that whole time, and now I'm unleashed to learn new stuff.
So you're telling me that you win the contest, and instead of going to celebrate, you're
Yeah.
like, I'm just getting back on the board.
The guy
Like
that got
an hour
second
later?
is
The next
already.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
like I was.
partied though. You partied that night. Please tell me you had at least a celebratory something.
Maybe, yeah, not
A
out
Sunday,
of
You
I
control.
never
shot
tied
some-
one on. You never got like. We're getting fucking wrapped.
I remember my first hangover was after one of the Mount Trashmore.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. But only because we had to get up early. We had to get up like 6 a.m. to catch our flight home.
Did you drink in front of people? What? This is a legit question.
We went to
I
a
never
house
started
party.
to get wasted.
Yes, I did. We went to a house party.
So people saw you.
Yeah, I was like 18.
Yeah.
But I do remember that feeling like, this sucks.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
This is the worst that I'd like. Do I have the flu? I couldn't figure it out.
it was terrible.
Yeah, I wish
So-
I had that feeling.
Oh, I know. I pushed through that.
I felt great.
Yeah. Wait, do you? So how does Tony Hawk let loose?
I mean, skating has always been my escape and my expression. So,
But like
it has been.
after that, you don't just like sit around, jerk off in the park or something,
I wish, man.
right?
Jerk off in the
Wave down a couple of homeless guys. Hey, look at this.
That's living.
Damn, I should have picked up on that. I wish I wish you could bring those ideas.
Stress release, man. I'm just talking about stress release.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down. That's a good one.
Yeah. Well, you're like, I have done that.
Yeah. I haven't. I've done a lot, but I haven't said, "Hey, buddy, look at me jerk off." Maybe I have. I have, but not. I didn't yell it. I was like, I was like, "Hey, do you want to watch my jerk off?"
And do you want to get involved?
You'd be surprised how many people take you up on that.
Yeah. Oh,
I used to do it just because I would go on tour with him, and he was married, and he'd show up at the club, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, Tony Hawk's here!" And I'm like, "He's married." I had hair, and I was like, "I am not, and I've got an accent. Do you want to see me jerk off?" And oftentimes they would say yes.
Yeah.
There was 3 girls once that said yes, and the one that was one of them went ew, but I'll go anyway. And I'm like, that was weird. But then when we started, she started trying to touch it, and I was like, I said this is just a show because I thought that was kinky.
That is kind of fun.
Yeah. She wanted to grab it the whole time.
And you didn't let her.
Nah.
Where did you finish?
Into their hands. They had them out like serpents.
Drop some porridge.
I gave them all some porridge.
I've been a good girl, Mummy.
That's what she said.
May I have some more?
Yes, that's what they all said.
Mommy.
Yeah.
So Tony Hawk never did that.
Never
jerked
Well,
off.
the next day he
that
won.
train had passed
and
up. I don't know what.
I didn't. That's how that works.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. But we'll get into some sex stuff here. But let's talk about injuries because we had a fun short chat out front because you and I have some well documented injuries.
True.
And I know
yes.
you definitely do.
And I had the privilege of seeing yours without knowing anything about it.
Yeah.
Because I did 2 bears, 1 cave, but there was only 1 bear in that cave. So
Big bear.
yeah. And we were talking about yes. We were talking about my. I broke my femur
Which
last March.
I mean, just for people breaking a femur is considered the most serious of all the limbs you can break. That is a big time break.
It was a compound one too. Yeah. You know
I didn't realize that later when there was blood dripping on the ramp.
God
I was
damn.
like, did I scrape my hip? What is that? And they're like, no, that's where your bone was sticking out until you grabbed your leg and put it in the right spot. Because I did that instinctually. I just grabbed it from behind you and put it back where it was.
This happened for those of us don't know exactly. Are you airborne and then landing?
I was doing a move. It's called a twist, which is like a 1.5 somersault. And I didn't have enough speed going into it. And I had done the raise. That was like a problem. So sure. When I was coming in, I knew that the landing wasn't ideal, but I was still going to fix it. And at some point, it was unfixable. And I just snapped. He was dragging behind me. When I was coming down, he was there. One of my kids was there with a few of his friends. They came down like, hey, let's go watch Tony skate the ramp. And so they were a bit traumatized too.
Haven't you won contests with broken limbs?
I think I heard that. No. No.
So where does this rank? I mean, it's obviously horrific.
Well, I broke my thumbs, which I thought was the worst. This one was
put one foot on the coping and you stand on that one foot, and then you jump back in and land on both feet on the board. On the broken leg that isn't attached, that's the leg that's standing on the coping, and he did that. And if you're good, that's still a difficult trick to do. But when your leg is not attached to your leg and you do it for like an hour until you make it, it made me look at, because he never acts tough. You know, like I am like, whoa, like when I skate, I'll slam and I'll be like, fuck it, that didn't even hurt. Like I'm just blowing smoke up my own ass to try and seem scary.
Yeah.
He is at the ramp doing this trick with his leg not attached, and I'm just like, I see the video and I'm like, you're a fucking maniac. Do you know that? Like, your level of tough now is like, if this will never happen, but if we got angry at each other and he was like, fuck you, dude, I'm knocking you out, I would be seriously worried.
Yeah.
Because
he's
what
not
is
very
up?
macho. Yeah, he's not.
Well,
like,
it's funny because
Well, I
like,
can take a hit. I don't know if I can deliver a hit.
most people, obviously, most people don't have your background and career in this, but a lot of people that would have an injury like skiing or something, right? Like, and they break their femur, or even a much more common injury and less severe, like an ACL. They just go, "I'm never skiing again."
Yeah, done.
But to you, obviously, that never was a thought.
Sorry, Tim. My sister just gave me that.
The guilty.
curious though. I've never skied.
Yeah,
You know, but you obviously that never was a thought.
Never.
But
No.
you know
Well,
that.
we're used to doctors saying you'll only you'll only ever get 80% back, and it's like, yeah, okay, sure.
I love that. This is why
We've heard that so
this
many
is why I love skateboarders, because it's the same psychotic way of thinking that a comedian.
Yeah.
First of all, he goes, I'm gonna be a stand-up comic, or I'm gonna be a skateboarder. When you're like a kid on your driveway doing flip, whatever the fuck that is. And then you be the guy that's like, I'm gonna do 900. I'm gonna be the first motherfucker. Like, what did that feel like to be the first motherfucker to do that? That's crazy.
It felt
like,
great.
as you're doing it, but as you're doing it, are you like, because how do you even I always wonder, like, the first time you dip into the fucking bowl.
Well, that particular trick was 10 years ago.
10 years.
Yeah.
The part of you go, I'm doing this for white people, like to make us feel like we are actually
Yes, never once.
All right, I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. I don't know.
Yeah, we were looking like we didn't do that. We were in trouble.
That's
so.
what I'm telling you.
But there has to be an element of, like, no fear.
I've never linked race to the 900.
It was literally my first thought. Go ahead. I don't know. I said I don't know skateboarding. Go ahead.
True.
But explain how it takes 10 years. Because I agree, sometimes jokes take executive before they come out of you the right way.
Yeah, you're going to like that one in a few years.
Well, the first time I tried it was or not. In 10 years, you're canceled for that joke.
More likely.
The first time I tried it was just flailing. I didn't really know. I didn't know where I was in the air. I was not really getting all the way around, so it felt like a pipe dream. And then as the years progressed, and as my spinning and my skating got better, I felt more comfortable, and I began to spin, and then I started to spin it pretty well, like 5 years later. And then I started getting close, and when I started getting close, I fully committed to making one. And I was leaning too far forward, and I slammed into the bottom of the ramp. And that was the moment where I was like, maybe this is possible. Because I had every piece of it, I thought. And I put it all together, and that's what happened. So I kind of left it for a while. I come back to it sometimes, but I just never commit again because of that age. And then when the X Games 99 happened, they had a best trick event. I had one trick planned for the best trick event, which was my best trick at the time. I'd only done it once, which was a 720 spin with a varial system on the board. I made that halfway into the event.
Because I have no closes.
So I got 10 minutes left to do whatever. And it was actually the announcer. The announcer said, see one of those 900 attempts. And okay, that's what it looks like.
Literally like that? Literally the guy says it?
Yeah.
And there was a few of us now that were spinning them.
Yeah, there was about a handful of people that were getting close.
It was like a hot thing, but still kind of impossible. We all knew that out of anybody, when it comes to spinning and landing, he has the safest position that he gets into, where if anyone can get away with it, it's him.
Were you there for this?
Yeah, I was announcing.
Oh.
No! Oh my god.
Wait, so are you the one that says this?
So nice.
No, he was announcing on air. It was the live crowd announcer.
Is your inside instinct this will work out or probably not?
No, well, at first, he's posing his live.
Yeah, I posed the first three.
But I'm not saying that, obviously.
What do you mean when you say you posed?
I just
There's
spun
no
it,
intention of
and I
You
didn't,
didn't try to sneak
on the last turn, I'm throwing it away, and I'm getting out safely.
There's a crunch zone where if you commit to that last bit, you can't get out. You either make it or you win shit. So there was one or two where I was like, he's really
Here's
trying
Tony
to
Hawk's first ever.
So this is like the 10th or 11th attempt that night. Time was already up. I always cringe on that first set, that last setup there.
Why?
Because I landed kind of low, yeah. You see
That's
that?
supposed to help.
I know, that's what helped.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Just a moment. Oh, no way.
Sort of jump in there and attack him, and everybody else does it.
What a moment.
So that's like a championship moment. I mean, look at that. Everyone
He made it for everybody. Like, I went out that night and did a bunch of blow and drag.
Makes you feel good, right, T?
I thought that it was, who's that?
Vanderbilt.
Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock was at the bar, and I was like, Tony Hawk made the 900. Like we made
so
the
happy
900,
for her.
and I was right. We were on the map from that day on. Like as I said, people in the airplane, what are you doing? I'm like, pro skater. Like, do you know Tony Hawk? Yes, I do. And they're like, no way, you're cool. And I'm like, see, told you. So I go to Sandra Bullock, hey, how's it going? Because I'm feeling pretty confident. Like, did you see Tony Hawk do the 900? I was there. I'm friends with him. I can almost do them myself. I could spin them.
He did. He spun him.
Yeah.
What's
What's
the closest you got to that? One went off. You're pretty close.
No, I could do the 900, spin the 900, and then be alive at the end of it. That was.
Because what I've heard from
close.
skateboarders say is like, it's not just doing the trick once. You can do the trick once, but repeating the trick. And the fact that you can repeat the trick and stuff is crazy. It's like stand-up comedy where, you practice an hour or a couple years, then you got that one night to shoot this motherfucker. It goes on Netflix forever.
Right.
Better fucking time. That's what it is.
But that's where you do
But that's the
deliver
pressure.
because that's why you
But
are.
but it's probably this is where there's like a real comparison to it, is that there's no way you're gonna nail it if you haven't put in the reps. In other words, there's there's bad specials, like objectively
I
bad
needed
ones.
that crash when I broke my rib to understand how to shift my weight in the air.
Really.
So even though at the moment when that happened with that crash, I thought that's it. That's my sign that it's not going to work. But in the moment of the X Games, which was years later, I was like, if I'm ever going to get hurt again, it's right now. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I'm going to commit to this, and I'm either going to ride away in victory or get carried off in ambulance. Those were the only two outcomes I would have accepted that night. So I was ready.
We have some.
Do you feel like because you've been through so many times, is the fear of injury? It's like bombing. Like, I'm assuming there's something to it where you're just like, I don't know, I bombed.
That's what I love about comedy. When you bomb, you don't have to go to hospital. That's like
Right,
one
just
of my
a
favorite
veto.
things
Usually.
about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, everybody hated you, and I'm like, I don't have to go to hospital, do I? No? Well then, fucking who cares?
Stop. It's such a. It's hard to
But
describe.
it, I feel like you're not as good as you guys are. Like the competitive nature, to me, bombing is you fake it. I'll go home and sit on the couch and just sit there going, why? Why did you do that? Because I got this evil coach. It's like, you fucking suck. That's why you did that. I'm like, I'm trying. I just started. You should quit. Everybody there thinks you should quit. You should quit.
That voice never goes away though.
Yeah,
When bombing, first of all, bombing is possible at every level of stand-up, and the voice that you hear after it, when you're 20 years in, is the same voice that's still there. It's still an empty, dark, awful feeling. And the only redemption is the next set where you do well. There's no other way to go.
I feel like it's the same as skateboarding.
I'm trying.
No, not you. I've been watching you on Instagram. I'm like, don't get on the skateboard, Tony. I'm watching.
Not yet. No, I'm not
Not
going to
yet.
make the same mistake.
No, not yet.
Shit,
But
right.
now
You
that
fucking
I'm
child.
now that I'm walking normally, I'm getting very handsy,
Okay.
and my wife has
He texted me at Christmas.
How
the
long
other
has
day.
it been now since you had it?
month and a half.
That's you in eternity.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, a month and a half into my last surgery, I was all in. So better this time.
He texted me, a relative gave him a skateboard back that he used to own back in the 80s or whatever, and he checked it out in the kitchen and was like, this thing looks pretty awesome, and then stood on it and skated through the kitchen, and he's texting me this stuff, and I was with a group of people, and I'm reading this jerk off, like where you asked Tom why would he hang out with me? Here's why, Tom. So he sees the skateboard and he goes, oh, this looks pretty cool. My leg feels attached now. I'll skate. And then he skates through the kitchen past his wife, who goes, what the fuck? or maybe she's like,
No, it was. I put it down in the kitchen by myself, kind of sneakily. Like, I'm standing on it, and then I felt good, so I rode through the hallway, and then I came into the living room where all the kids are.
yeah.
It's Christmas Eve, where all the kids are, and then my wife was like, "Whoa, how does that feel? Wait, what the hell are you doing?"
Imagine after
She
Tom did
snapped
that
immediately.
basketball slam, they taped his arm back on, and like 3 days later, he's in the kitchen, bouncing the ball, going, "Hey man, I'm gonna go dunk with Bert." Like you would go,
No, I
"What
know.
the fuck?"
No, Jason, he's going to have a basketball contest with the weatherman.
That's
So
true.
it's
Oh, you
already.
are?
Oh,
That's
it's Tony. It's Tony.
But you work out now, you'd be fine.
Oh, yeah. He's middle-aged. So let me ask you this: you're this reckless, both of you are, and Jason, we already know your parents were fucking dog shit. But I've seen that your parents were very supportive of you coming up, and that's really unique, I think, especially in art like skateboarding, where it's mostly kids that don't come from great families.
Oh, but in the early '80s, no parents wanted to get skating.
Right. So what was unique about your parents?
I have 3 older siblings that all grew up in the '70s, and they'd already kind of been through the ringer with them. And I came late.
That actually probably is a big factor.
Yeah.
My mom was 43, my dad was 45 when I was born. And I was born in '68, so in those times that was very old for having kids. Definitely an accident. And then I came on just like I was a fireball. Just wanted to go. And when I found skateboarding, that was it. So because I finally found something that occupied all my time, my dad was like, "Get him to the skate park. Just get him there," and that's all I needed.
What got you into skateboarding?
My older brother, he's a surfer.
By the way,
So
perfect something. You know that Bart, you did the Two Bears podcast with.
Yes.
He told we're best friends. We love to fuck with each other.
Yeah.
He tells me he's like, do you know what I did with Tony? I'm like, what? He's like, I told Tony that you wanted his approval on your surfing because I posted. I posted and I was like, wait, what do you mean? And then for people that he told me on this podcast, I have a clip of it here. Here we go. I said to Tony Paul, I said, I want to know just for rap. Such a mess. Because just so people know, I had gone surfing. I posted it. I was very excited about it. A couple days later, I talked to Bert, and he goes, "I'm with Tony Hawk, and yes, I showed him." And I'm like, "Huh?" He goes, "I know you wanted me to show him you surfing to see if you look cool." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then I hear Tony in the background. He's like, "Yeah, good job, man." I'm like, "What?"
I said,
Such an
so
ass.
Tom's been hounding me.
Hounding you.
I go, and so he wants me to show you a surfing video and ask you if you think you look cool. Son,
It's such a he did because you can only do this to your friend. He did a similar thing where he played Green Bay on tour of like a month or two before me, met Aaron Rodgers, and then I was going to Green Bay, and then he's on the phone texting, voice to text. He goes, "Aaron, Tom is hounding me. Can you please have your number?" I'm like, "Dude, stop!"
Wow.
And he's like, "Yeah, you just could all day. He's Aaron." I was like, "You motherfucker." And so anyway, it was so humiliating. It was humiliating.
It was fine though. I was happy to see your surfing clip.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking
Well, it
about?
was Waikiki, right?
It was where did we go? It was Eisenhower Beach. I don't know exactly what part of the Boston it is, but
It was fine. Like, so what would you rank my husband on this?
on my
Well, that was your first day surfing?
very first day.
Ever. Yeah, that was good.
Thanks, man.
natural ability.
Thanks. Well, I have.
You should say something.
What's that? No, I did. I stood up. That's all you could do.
No,
Yeah,
but
it's
listen to this.
Getting up is
What's
fine.
that? It was confident.
Ooh,
It was stylish.
oh, very nice.
That's what I saw.
It was, yeah.
Do you
Guys
surf as
judging?
well?
It was
then?
magnificent.
He's
Thank
an
you.
excellent surfer.
Yeah, I
His
would
whole
imagine.
family are excellent surfers. They took me on a surfing trip to Texas the other day on that.
To Texas.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
the man-made
place.
wave.
Yeah,
The
that's
Waco wave,
cool.
yeah.
What's
Yeah,
that?
you have a wave here that you could definitely afford to
It's
go
funny
to.
you say what's that because Bert kind of volunteered that you guys were going to rent it.
Oh, that's right.
And we were all going to go surf there.
That's right. He said
Yeah.
That's right. I'm sorry. He told me this is the one where it's a man-made, right? Like an
And they have a
artificial.
beginner one, and then they could switch a button or whatever they do. It
Indoors?
makes-
Outdoors.
Yeah.
It's outdoors.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's really cool.
Really?
Yeah.
You can. Oh yeah, right. He told
So
me
I
you can
can't
shut
surf.
it down for the day or whatever, right? You can rent
You
it
can
out.
take
Rent
it.
it for the day.
rent it for the day. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we did that, and my kids and a bunch of their friends went, and so that was it's called Waco Surf.
Yep.
And
They
so Jason and I was still at the tail end of my problematic leg issue. So the challenge was that Jason was going to get up on a wave, and we were going to get up on a wave together for podcast Hot versus World.
That's sweet. Yeah.
And we did it. So mission accomplished.
Aw.
We did.
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to jump on his board, and then something came over me and decided not to.
That's a good idea. I sent it to my wife, and then she sent it back with both of us had eggplant penises while we were touching hands. I didn't post that.
Can I ask you one stupid question? I like to ask my guests the dumbest questions possible.
Please do.
It's so dumb, but I'm going to ask you. Why is it that long and lean skateboarders tend to be great at it? Like, okay, because I've seen English bulldogs skateboard. And
I mean, you did say at the start that it was going to be a stupid question.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And but why do English bulldogs, they're so squat and little, but they can do it. It just seems counterintuitive to me that somebody who's long and lean on a fucking stick with wheels would be a great skateboarder.
I grew up very short. I grew up as a grunt, and I went through puberty very late, so I had already developed all my skate skills by then. And then when I got tall, I figured out how to adapt that to bigger terrain. But also,
so glad I asked,
I
because
can
it's been driving me
I can
crazy.
do this move that he's mentioned, like how I made that 900, where I can get really squatty and low, and I can sort of save landings like that. So I was always able to do that. That was probably a big reason why I broke my leg, because I thought I could still save it with a squat, and my body was not ready to squat that tightly anymore. But that's been a big thing for sure.
What happened to you? Would that injury affect at all training outside of the park? Meaning like weight training and stuff. Like, is that something you think about more since then? Or no?
I'm just trying to get my flexibility back, because I feel like I have my strength back finally. So I want to be able to get down, get squatted like that again.
Yeah.
And not risk it.
Yes.
What are the bitches like in skateboarding?
Did you say
what?
bitches?
Bitches.
Are you talking about female skaters?
No.
I'm beefing with this nigga Cyrex. This nigga, y'all seen Cyrex? He was talking big shit the other day. Nigga called me a one-hit wonder. Nigga, I ain't never had one hit. What is he talking about?
This is the dude you got to beef with.
Yeah, I'm beefing with Cyrex. Cyrex is a cloud chaser. So anytime somebody mentions this thing, he's just happy that I know him. And
I just don't even get how you even fucking, this guy even got on your radar. Who the fuck is this?
Kiwi Farms.
Oh, you're deep on the internet.
No. I'm talking about for your groupies.
Oh, pro
I think this is more of a
pro
Jason
hose,
question.
pro hose, yeah, not you. Because we've had race car drivers on.
Yeah.
We like to ask them what the chick sitch is.
Pro hoes are pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
I mean, if you're older, if you're as old as me, there is not one at all. But when I was younger, there was like skateboard groupies that were. It wasn't that great for us.
Really?
I'm just being honest.
In the 80s, there were very few girl skaters, so any girls that you met in those days were the sisters of skaters.
Yes.
For the most part.
And they probably slept with one of us. And for me, that means you're off limits now.
Yeah, gotcha.
So if you're like the cute chick that loves skateboarding, then if you know somebody that was one of the better guys dated you for a couple of weeks, then I'm not doing that. So there goes that. But when he got famous and the video game thing happened, then we became like a little bit accepted as celebrity athletes.
Gotcha.
Even if you didn't know me, you were just like, wait, you're on tour with Tony Hawk? that's worth having sex with. And I'm like, yeah, I guess it is. Awesome, you know?
Yeah.
So there was a time there where I was doing really well just from being like off the side of him.
Yeah, would you
'Cause
call
girls-
it skate hose?
Pro hose.
Pro
Was
hose.
there
I love
any,
it.
but I do think that skating has come so far in the last at least 20 years, if not just the last 15, where skaters are regarded as top athletes.
Yeah.
Some of the top skaters and ones that were on TV and whatnot. So that goes with the same adulation and acceptance and, you know, rock star status. Whereas when we were coming up, even though we were pro skaters, skateboarding was just looked down upon. So it wasn't like you go to a club or something like, hey, I'm a pro skater. Like,
Yeah, so you gotta
that
be.
would be like saying, hey, I'm a pro yo-yo player. What's up?
Yeah.
So you gotta have daddy issues because you like a bad boy.
Yeah.
So you want to sleep with me because I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you should probably blow me. I don't
Yeah. Cool.
I love his reaction. It's so great. What year did the game come out? The first year?
99.
But did you have like at least any? Was there any anticipation that this would be a hit? Were you like, this is just something?
No.
None.
No.
You're
I
like,
mean,
I'll go
I
for it.
I knew skaters would love it.
Yeah.
And that's what I was gunning for, because there had not been a game that represented skating that well. There were some that were fun to play, but they weren't authentic, the action or with the look or anything. And so I knew we were creating something that skaters would maybe be inspired to go buy a
Did
PlayStation.
EA make it? I forget. I don't.
Activision.
Activision.
So I knew that skaters would be stoked to play it, even if they weren't gamers. They would be stoked to go get it. And then it wasn't until maybe a month before the release that I sensed there was something else going on, because Activision got very excited. They started increasing their marketing. They increased the time they wanted with me in terms of doing interviews and things like that. And then they actually offered me a buyout of future royalties right before the release.
That's always a good.
We gotta stop for a
Yeah.
second.
We gotta stop there.
My butthole done the other day.
Rolling. You had your butthole tattoo?
Yeah.
I hear what you just said. You had his butthole.
Your butthole's tattooed?
Yeah.
What do you have tattooed?
Well, I have a spider web that goes in towards my butthole, and then my wife stick and poked a love heart around my actual butthole.
Oh, it's nice of her.
It was very cute.
Yeah, she loves you.
That is sweet.
Right?
Yeah, that is sweet.
Why do I not believe you?
I just think that it's. Is it painful?
Yeah, oh, fuck it. But it was
the most
romantic.
painful?
No, top of the head.
I was gonna guess.
Really?
I was gonna guess. Yeah.
More than the butthole.
10 times.
Wow.
Side of my head, played video games. Top of my head, I held my breath every time.
When did you do that?
I'm pretty bad with time, but like 8-10 years ago or something.
So, I mean, that's kind of more in the more recent years, I'd say.
Yeah, it was when I thought that I was like a radio god and I will never need to get a job. Like I finally have fuck you money. Like I can look like anything I want.
Yeah.
I
But you're
was
a
wrong.
podcaster now.
Yes. It doesn't. It's not bad for comedy too.
Yeah.
So I look scary, but I'm gay, so it kind of works.
You're a scary.
See what I mean?
I love it. It's actually better because when you're vulnerable, it's funnier.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you look crazy, but then you say something really sweet.
Yeah, nobody
And then
believes
you're
me
like-
for I think the first like 10 minutes until I
like
talk about like getting it right up my ass, and they're like, he's not joking.
But what I like is that you're against type for being a gay guy because you are so like aggressive looking. That's why it's so funny. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's
fuck dudes.
confusing to be inside my head.
Yeah,
And you're not just
definitely.
gay. I mean, you're
You're
the full
everything.
spectrum.
Everybody can get it.
Yep. I wish you'd fuck
I think I've
Bert.
ever heard you like
You,
that.
you wish I'd fuck Bert?
Bert, I do wish you would.
I don't
No,
think Bert would wish that.
Who
That would-
cares?
Oh,
It's
wow.
not what he
Okay.
wants.
Yeah.
What a friend.
Would you fuck Bert? Who's more fuckable, Tom or
Well,
Bert?
when it
Pretend
comes to
he's not.
bears, because bears hit me up sometimes. I don't want to sound. It doesn't matter. I like if you're a bear, if you're a nice person, you can suck me off. But I don't want to. I don't want to.
That was so.
That's such a kind thing. Thank you.
That was That was so sincere.
Oh,
You really meant that.
If you really want
If
to.
you're a nice
You
person,
did actual
Yeah,
spit
you can
take.
suck
Yeah.
me off.
Yes.
Okay, cool,
What
man.
a privilege for them.
What a generous
I'm
guy.
pretty. I'm decent for a bear, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're just not interested in going past.
I don't like really hairy butts and stuff. So.
So why don't you just look into your camera and tell Bert, hey man, you're a nice guy. You can suck me off.
I don't want Bud to. You're gonna edit it and make it like I
No,
really
well,
want to fuck Bud, and then it'll be
No,
like
you're letting him. You're
So I don't want to fuck my friends. That's like a thing.
All you're saying is you're a nice guy, and therefore you can suck me
For
off.
Bud is such a nice
He's
guy
the sweetest
that
guy.
I would fuck Bud if he wanted to.
Wow.
Now we just turned the whole
Yeah,
fucking
he can fuck me.
philosophy just
What?
changed.
It'd probably be better for him to fuck me. I just realized that'd be less gay for him. I think
Wait, if he fucks
getting
you?
into it is probably.
Hold
I
on.
think making out with a guy is the gayest thing I do. I feel like butt fucking is like second.
I agree. It's more intimate, mouth to mouth, mouth to penis.
Tony?
Everybody looks gay when they make out.
Tony, yeah,
You
what's
want
your
to weigh in on this?
I'm gonna defer to you guys on your opinions with that.
I'm sorry.
What's
All right,
gayer?
I want to show you because we play a lot of clips. We talked about our own accidents and injuries. We have a number of we call them horrible or hilarious clips, and we just show you like a clip, and you just tell us whether you think it's funny or sad.
That's what you feel.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah, I love it when scooter people or Heelys or rollerbladers just get shit whipped.
Yeah, that's,
I don't like head injuries. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, nah,
may I ask you this question?
He already had a hit.
Since we just said this, can rollerblading be cool? Okay. That was easy.
I don't have a harsh opinion on inline skating
Well, it's not
because
harsh either, it's just factual.
Now wait a minute. Why did you correct me? You called it inline.
well, rollerblade is
Yes, it
branded.
is.
That's like saying Q-tip
Yeah.
or
Yes.
Kleenex.
Wait, what are they called?
Well,
Cotton
this is
swabs.
a cotton swab or a facial or tissue.
Yeah, man, they got fucking in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Okay, so
It's good
go ahead.
branding.
You're not gonna.
Yeah.
You're not gonna
It's
say.
only mostly because in the slowest times for me, when in the early '90s, I was still trying to make a career as a skater,
So,
and with limited options, and I got invited to big shows that were mostly inline skaters, and I was the token.
so bad.
Like I was the token skateboarder invite because people still knew my name from the
Yeah.
'80s,
Imagine,
and I literally was paying my mortgage at the time with those shows.
Do
So
what you gotta do, bro.
imagine comedy gets taken over by professional yo-yoers. And you go up on stage,
Or even
and then
worse,
Jimmy
magicians.
the fucking yo-yo. Yeah,
Magicians.
no, they even better.
Hypnotists.
To the point where it's usually 9 magicians and 1 comedian. And that's your life.
Right.
You go backstage and it's like, hey man, do you want to see a fucking trick? No,
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking see any of your shit
Yeah.
ever. But fuck yeah, let's go on the road together. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Fucking hate
yeah,
that
but for
shit.
me, I had my first son had just been born. I'm providing for family. I have 2 mortgages. That one that I definitely can't afford anymore. And so when I was going to those shows, I was like, thank God they asked me to do it.
Thank
Yeah.
God for inline skating.
No, time.
Man.
That's all I'm saying.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, we've done shit gigs
Oh my-
too.
so
Everyone
many.
has to
Come
do
on.
it. That's how
So
you
many.
get where you gotta
On that note,
Trouble at the
well,
end.
you have
Yeah,
too much
wobbly,
speed,
wobbly,
right?
wobbly.
Too much speed.
Yeah, it's
We made it so far. Oh!
But he's okay.
Look, Tony's not even. Look at him.
that
Stone
shit was
faced.
not cool.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Stone
Well, it
faced.
was either that or he was gonna just explode on speed wobbles.
Which would have been okay.
one or
for
the
me.
other. Yeah.
I'm okay for that. The car's running into you. It's
It's
not
a
okay.
It's a good thing that car is shaped like that.
Right?
Don't you think?
Yeah.
It was like its own little ramp.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
We
Hurry
checked
up.
and he's fine.
Sure.
Do you just say that after you post videos, or is that
No,
real?
we
Is he
really-
lying?
really-
They let me know.
Good.
It's actually
Good.
This one.
I've done that.
Does that happen?
Yeah.
You alright?
Yeah. Give me fun.
He's alright.
Yeah.
Can you breathe?
There we go. Right.
Relax, relax. Stretch it like that, lay it like that.
Shut up.
That was an interesting one to watch with you because it seemed like so familiar to you. You both were
Yeah,
like,
you guys.
Oh,
were-
Yeah, he knocked the one out. Well, it looks like he didn't break anything. It's
Yeah.
just like, he'd be
well,
alright.
guess what?
What?
He's dead. No.
I like how we vetted all of these. We vetted all of these. Some of them died.
The one you're laughing about, he's dead. Okay.
That's fucking
He's gonna
crazy.
get speed wobbles.
Yeah.
There they go.
But look,
Hey! Save the beer.
That's the craziest
Nice.
it's pretty good.
That's
We
a guy
can
you
eat
made
that now.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me.
Yeah.
To go through that
one of the-
spill and be like,
Is that
I'm
one of the
still
better
good.
skateboard tricks you've ever seen?
I think that's right up there with the 900.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
I feel like he really expected that was going to happen.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you're holding a
he's-
beer,
yeah,
you're going
you
down,
don't-
you're definitely getting speed
Sure.
wobbles.
Hey, so how would he defeat the speed wobbles?
Stand up on the nose.
Yeah,
Get
you-
you back foot
further
off the tail.
yeah, you'd be surprised though. There are skaters now that you see them going into that point of no return, and they can get out of it.
Yeah.
It's really like it's kind of a new technique. I don't know how they do it, but if you have more weight on the nose on the front truck, then you're less likely to veer out like that.
Physics, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to realize that in the middle of it. It's
Sure,
usually
it's
it happens when you don't want it to happen, and then you have to go, oh, lean on the front foot, which is also, it feels wrong
Counterintuitive, yeah.
to lean forward into the potential slam.
How fast can you go on this?
Mega Ramp does 50.
Oh, I mean, they've definitely, some of those downhill.
Luge guys.
Yeah, they're going like
Like 100.
70s. Yeah.
You don't want to follow up that. Do you want to show them this?
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
let's not tell them what it is.
Sure,
Yeah.
go ahead.
This is just
Guys.
for you guys. This is not an accident or anything like that. This is actually
Okay,
just,
all right.
we want you guys, I actually was going to show you about 3 more deaths, but let's jump ahead to
Oh my gosh.
this image. And you got a lot of tats.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is?
It's a bad tattoo.
But
Next question.
that you are right about.
Yeah.
But do you have any guess as to what you're
What
looking
is
at?
it?
Like,
It's a dragon, or a lion, or a tiger.
Tony?
It looks like a tiger kind of celebrating and jumping.
Like, oh, I did it!
Yeah, like,
Woo! We landed the trick.
First 900.
Tiger pride.
You want to tell them what it is?
So, this is actually
Is it jizz?
Might be.
probably lots of people have.
Like under
On
a microscope? Sorry.
So, this is the one tattoo I have. It's a tramp stamp I got in 1998
Wait, that's on your back, on your lower back?
Yeah.
in Australia.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
Thanks,
yeah.
dude.
That
Hey,
is-
I got Jason Ellis's approval on a
That is-
shitty
tell-
tattoo.
tell-
That
you
is
got it.
high level trash right there.
Yeah, right?
Where'd you get it?
Dude, I
You
got
used to
this.
party, huh?
Oh yeah, I had a good time. It was in
Fuck yeah.
Australia, and everyone else was getting them, and I literally just pointed to a wall, and I was like, "I'm
What
fucking
city?
Year of the Dragon,
Yeah.
Brisbane."
See?
Wait, so it's a dragon?
I knew.
Yeah, I was like, I'm Year of the Dragon, 76. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get a fucking dumb dragon, and
That's
that
a
was
drunk
it.
basic tattoo.
Yeah, it
What am I
sucks.
missing about the dragon?
It's fucking. It's the head is at the top
I see
right, and then the 2 paws are like, "Rah!" You're right about the rar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's shit.
it's totally shit.
Like, it was done badly.
Yeah.
It's a bad picture.
Yeah.
It's in a bad
It's
spot.
just all bad.
So what do I do? Do I remove it?
Cover
or
it
do
with
I-
a giant one.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
of a real dragon,
Of a
like
cooler
gold.
tattoo.
Yeah, they do so many cool things there. Cover-ups are fucking cool.
All right,
Or
bro.
just
And
get
if
the
you do it-
highly detailed version of that. So
No.
we can see it more
No, don't,
clearly.
don't,
Go
lose,
balls in. He's
lose
like,
that.
go hard.
Yeah, lean into it.
Lean in.
don't listen to him. If you want to do a
On
900,
tattoos, I think I'm going to lean
thank
towards
you,
Shane.
thank you. Yeah,
I like how it's. Yes, I've never even really looked at my own tramp stamp.
probably for the best.
To be honest, yeah, it is.
That
for
is
the
depressing.
Best. It's a dog shit tattoo.
That is, I would rather a dog shit tattooed on me with steam coming off it and everything.
It's
Because what the
so
fuck is that?
bad.
Yeah.
There's a reason I don't flip her over much. Hey, I wanna ask you, that is at a glance, that looks like a lovely timepiece. Can I see it?
Oh, sure.
What is that?
It's called Waldo. It's actually kind of an underground brand. Outrageously expensive.
Oh, that's too bad.
Watch, guys.
That
But
looks
they make
cool,
they make an affordable tourbillon.
That's really cool, man.
Thank you. I don't have an endorsement or anything. I just
No,
bought
I
it.
just noticed it. So sometimes the poors get mad when they watch, but this is really cool.
I got a Liquid Death watch.
Ooh.
Just saying. Nixon Liquid Death watch.
Nice.
That's right.
You had your head tattooed 10 years ago. Is that when you had hair still, or were you planning on?
It's a cover up. It's a comb over.
That's the comb over?
Yeah. I
So
knew
you're
it
like-
from the get go.
You're like, I'm losing my hair.
I'm
just
super narcissistic, so
Yeah.
I'm like not as hot as I was. I thought I was hot. Now I'm not. So I'm doing all these things to try to like make something else.
You're very
Yeah, what are you
vulnerable
talking about?
and insightful with your own emotions. Right?
Yeah.
You like to you really explore it. You're reflective.
Well, because I'm trying to get out of the hole, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if you just run from it, then you start doing all this other shit that's bad for you.
Yeah.
I just want to be free from all the bullshit. So I find just admitting it is
better
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't recommend everybody do what I do, but it works for me. I feel happier about my day to day being okay with admitting all the stuff that I do. 'Cause I feel like there's so many of me out there that don't admit it, and I remember what that was like. Like I used to drink and do a bunch of stuff to not face the fact that I might be different. And now I am like, yeah, suck dicks, what's up?
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
It's quite
Well,
freeing to be that way.
And also, everybody's a mix of different things, right? Good and bad, and stuff you're embarrassed about.
Yeah.
It's good to just fucking be an example, put it out there.
Yeah.
Are you still doing Ellis Mania?
Yeah, I got one in April.
Do you have it already lined up who you're going to fight?
He backed out.
Who?
Louis J. Gomez.
What do you mean? Because Louis J. Gomez, for people that don't know, is a comedian from New York, has Skankfest and that whole network. I mean, I don't know him well, but I mean, I always cheer for like comedians that build. I think he's built something that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, me too. I think it's awesome.
And I know that he fought somebody else.
Yeah, at my event at Ellis.
Oh, was it at your event? I didn't know that. So what happened to your guys?
I think he just started to realize that it's probably not going to work out for him.
Oh, because of your fight experience.
Yeah, I'm way better. Which is not saying that much. Just if you're a comedian that just got into MMA, I'm going to beat the shit out of you for sure.
No, I don't think it's that crazy.
I'm not
to say.
trying to.
Yeah.
I think he just realized that, and he was like, "My knees are sore," and I was like, "How sore? What injury do you have?" And the doctor was like, "He might have a torn meniscus." I was like, "Dude, I don't have a meniscus."
Yeah, don't say that to us.
And then what? He just said it's over?
Just backed out, and then I handled it unprofessionally.
What'd you do?
I called him out on social media, called him a pussy, and all that stuff. So then his fans, and then we yelled at each other on the phone. I texted him back and said I apologize for, getting angry. It's just after all this time, because I don't want to fight anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, one more at 51, and I'm giving this guy the opportunity to, because you're not good enough to have a real pro fight. We'll kill you. And I think he thought, Jason's 51, he's a skateboarder. And then when it got closer, I think other people that train are like, just so you know, dude, like the dude has, I'm like a C-list pro fighter. Like I can grapple, I can do everything.
Yeah.
And I'm not playing. I don't play. Like if I'm going to do this fight, I'm going to be on weight. I'm going to be doing all these things.
You're going to go to like a camp before.
Yeah, full on. I already had like all these people that I'm hiring to be in the best shape of my life. But it's the fight. I don't like fighting. I like the sport, but I'm not a guy that's like, I want you to bleed.
Yeah.
But for a fight, I do. And I have to get into this mindset that I don't really appreciate anymore. It's kind of embarrassing. Like wanting people to be in pain it sounds embarrassing when I think about it.
Does this mean, though, that you're going to find a new person for the April event?
Yeah, I didn't want to, but now it looks like maybe Tyron Woodley or Pat.
You're going to... Who?
Yeah.
Well, Pac-Man?
Pat Barry.
Oh, Pat Barry, okay.
Because I've fought a bunch of UFC fighters at Ellis Mania. Cause
you're fucking crazy. Is this going to be your last fight, then?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean...
Holy shit, dude.
I know. I just want to be a comedian. Like I said, just bomb and then drive home sad.
Well, I'll tell you this. The fights aren't good for your comedy mind, I don't think.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, just getting hit. I don't think it's good. No.
I'm going to say something stupid.
Sure, go ahead.
I feel like
I love it.
Did that. I think my brain can take it better than your average person.
I think you might be right. You're very resilient because you've done drugs, like a ton of drugs.
Yeah.
Probably.
I've been knocked out tons of times too, skateboarding and fighting and motocross.
That's good.
Much higher threshold.
Yeah, and I'm still here.
No, I believe it, but I also believe that like, no matter how good you are at that, there is a cumulative effect.
Yep.
And when it comes to like head trauma.
I agree.
So it's like it's good to have if you want to have your final farewell. I hope you stick to it. Like do it.
I would not do it if if they were like, let's just get somebody else to fight, I would be happy with that.
Oh.
That's how much I really was quitting. Like when Lewis wanted to do this fight, I remember going, all right, I'll go to Colombia and I'll get stem cells again to get all my limbs to work better, and we'll do this. But I really don't. I'm okay with hurting at skating again because that's what I am. But I don't want to hurt it in fighting anymore. I've lost the. I just wanted to see if I was tough, and I did that, and now I don't have any more to prove.
You don't have to prove it.
You know what? And can I tell you? I remember when you had your serious show, like the first time I met you years ago.
Yeah.
You were so much more aggressive. I feel like you've really calmed down, and you seem so happy and so centered. And like I'm like really happy for you because you were just so I felt your tension back then, you know. And now you're like, oh, you got Tony with
That's
you.
how we started. We started on Sirius XM
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
Don't you love it so much
Yeah.
more?
Not being there.
Like, but I'm saying, but podcast
That
wise,
has something
just
to do with me
having
being angry, by the
there
way.
is no power. Like there is
No.
no
Oh yeah.
to be report to. Like, hey, the I mean, the bosses want to talk to you. Like that, you don't have to have any of that.
No, yeah, absolutely. Well, I started doing a show. They were hiring athletes for this one channel, and they gave a bunch of different people shows. And then I asked if I could have a co-host because Jason's also a skater, one of the funniest dudes I know. So I thought that would be really fun. And then, as I predicted, as soon as our show started to get some traction and the other shows were falling away, they realized, well, maybe Jason could do something on his own. And then he became the voice of the channel of Faction. And then we went for a while, and I left because I felt like I wasn't really getting much support there. And he got let go shortly after that. And so then we reconvened for the podcast. Awesome. And that's been a blast. Yeah, exactly. No one's telling us,
No.
you can't say that, you can't do that.
And he's way better now because back then he was more of a younger audience and kind of didn't unleash himself
Well, we would
as
have
often. Like
we'd
now
be
we have.
live, and we would have kids call in like, "How do I do an ollie?"
Oh no!
So then people that listen to my show would call and say, "How do you come while you're sitting on a motorcycle backwards?" And that would clash.
Yeah, there's a lot of
So I had to
in
leave.
between there.
But now he'll totally come on the back of a motorcycle.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That has we've yet to see that, but
Yeah, but I mean, I can imagine it.
never say never.
Never
right?
say never.
Yeah.
Jason, I have the dumbest question ever.
Yes. Wow, this
Okay.
is the second one. Go for
Yeah,
it.
right. Have you ever jerked off while skateboarding to the point of completion?
Jesus.
Oh, not to completion. I had sex in a shopping cart rolling down a hill, but it started to roll off the side of the road and go towards the curb, so I couldn't finish. So I had to get out and save the lady.
Save the lady.
I was like, if we
Was that
tip
on video?
over,
Was that for video?
No, I was just going home from a club and I saw
Sure.
a shopping cart and I was like, you know, it'd be pretty cool.
What's the what?
You ever seen Jackass?
As
This was
somebody,
before Jackass.
as somebody
I know.
that seems to have, I imagine, just endless sex stories. Do you have like when somebody goes like, hey, like most people, if you say, what's the wildest thing? They pull like one or two things in their mind that they're like, that was pretty crazy. That time we were in a parking lot, in the back. Like, do you have that thing in your head that when somebody goes, what's the craziest sex story of your life that stands out, or it's too many cluttered together?
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And it depends on who's asking.
Right.
Because there's appropriate and inappropriate answers to that.
Well, what's the most inappropriate answer?
Right.
It's your life.
Yeah,
Look
but
at me.
it's your- I mean,
You looked at him like, can I tell him about the time we fucked?
no, I wasn't.
It was
gonna tell
very
you that.
vanilla. It wasn't.
That wasn't that
He's so
exciting.
tender with you.
It really is.
If you had to make love to Tony, you'd probably be much more tender and sweet.
Right, because we do love each other.
Yeah, he's your bro.
Yeah, but no.
Did you make out, mouth kiss?
Let's go back to the story.
Sure, please.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about
Yeah.
making out with Tony
No,
Hawk?
no, no,
or
no,
how
no,
it's-
rather
your
not.
story.
I'd rather not talk about that.
I have a friend that has a glory hole in his house, like a built-in one.
What?
and
Just in
sometimes
the valley.
no, it's in Hollywood, and depends on what he wants. But he wears women's clothing, like all lingerie stuff. He's kind of hairy, so it looks weird. But he wears a mask. He doesn't want anyone to see his face. I'm friends with him, so I've seen his face. But this is the scenario, and then he'll have somebody else watch, or he's had me come over to fist somebody. Sorry, dude. I never fisted before. I'm not into it. I never thought that I'd be into it, but I am interested in seeing it.
Yeah.
If someone's gonna offer to see that, I'll go. And he was like, "Do you want to fist him?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, I have pretty big hands. Sure, that's okay." And he's like, "Yeah, let me teach you." So I got to this person just kept like saying thank you to me, and the guy kept telling him that he has to say thank you for me. And then at one point I was just punching him in the butt, like 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Did you take your rings off?
Yeah, and I trimmed my nail. He told me trim my nails, like make sure there's no edges. Sorry, dude, they asked.
No, I love this.
Yeah,
Because there's so much going on.
That first of all.
But you
that
kind of
is-
were acting like it was spontaneous. But if you went there prepared with the nail trimming, I feel like you were.
We
That's a
told
good
me before I
point.
came to get ready for it.
Oh, get ready for it. Okay.
And he has a guy there that has injected himself in the balls and in the penis and in the he has a giant fake butt and this crazy old school tribal tattoos all over him. Looks like a scary guy. And these balls are like this big.
Whoa.
With injections.
Yeah, with injections, and his penis is gigantic, but it doesn't get hard. It's just.
Have you seen that one that's
full
been
of-
floating
Well,
around?
I've seen a guy. I've
the
fucked that guy.
bodybuilder one. That bodybuilder?
Pretty
The
much.
Russian
Like that's
one?
what the guy looked like.
No,
No.
the dude's sitting on the bed.
I know. No, he's got
Shut
red
up.
underwear on, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You fucked that guy?
He looks like that guy, so no.
This guy that you're talking about.
Yeah.
This is like on everyone's IG.
Guys do this now,
He's posing in a bodybuilding thing.
but he's injected his balls.
But somebody said that it might be an infection.
No.
That's
No, you'd
very
be dead.
So
Oh, yeah.
just let it play without sound. But this thing is like, it looks pretty wild.
Yeah.
And you're saying that there he is.
Yeah. Yeah, dog.
You're saying you think you've been with this guy?
No, I'm saying I've been with somebody similar.
Wow.
Yeah, big scary people. I like weird. I'm like, I've never done that.
What do the balls feel like? Are they hard or
Yeah.
are they soft?
Yeah,
they're
no, they're hard.
Because
Yeah.
what's in that?
A lot of stuff. It's like a pregnant lady's
You
balls.
can take it down.
Wow. Now can I pee?
Well, do you want to just wrap
So
up the
bad.
show? I mean, like, we're just wrapping up then.
Why?
You want to be gone for the wrap up?
No, I
Pee in the car.
I
Do you pee in the
can't.
car?
Yeah.
I pee in the car so much.
Jason, I think you and I are
you're gonna-
very similar.
You're gonna hate this. You need to pee, but I have a glass bottle with a sealed lid on it for me
Yeah.
to pee in, and I have it in my little side thing. And my wife needed to pee the other day, and I was like, "Use my pee bottle."
Yeah.
She goes, "It's like pee residue at the bottom." I'm like, "So what?"
So
I was
what?
like, "I'm not peeing in that." So I pour liquid death in there, but it's the black can with bubbles,
Oh.
and I seal it, and I start shaking it.
It explodes.
And she gets in the back to like take her pants off, and this fucking thing goes boom,
Oh,
and I just get
dude.
fucking hammered with old piss
Ah.
straight across. The whole car got misted with it.
Ugh. Yeah, I pee in water bottles that are left over, like my kids' water. Like I've
Yeah.
been trapped places where there's no toilet. I can't go.
Yeah, my wife pees everywhere. So
Yes.
all right. Do you want to say goodbye, you guys?
I love you guys. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank
I love
you
you.
for
What
having
an
us.
honor.
Thanks
Hey, we
for-
should do stand up again together. It was fun.
please.
That was a really
That was
fun
so
night.
much fun with you at the comedy
That
store
was
that
the
night.
greatest night of my career.
That
was
was
so
really
Oh,
fun.
it was so rad.
like people DM me for like a week after, like, did you run that? I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't know why, but yeah, I was there.
That was so much fun with you. It was
Yeah.
fun to see stand up again through newer eyes.
Yes.
Of like, you were like, oh my gosh, this is how I'm like. But
Yeah.
it felt good to see you get excited.
You guys
did
brought
great.
brought the pressure.
You did great.
You did a great job.
Yeah.
You really did.
This is recorded too.
they might cut it out.
You can hire me, you guys. I'm available.
Tony, thank you for
Tony,
coming.
you're the best. Thank
you
you.
for
I
having
hope
us.
I hope the injury heals completely and you're back doing
Appreciate it. I'm on my way.
Good to see you.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Can I plug my show?
Yeah, of course,
Obviously.
plug the show.
I mean, Hulk vs. Wolf, but I also do the Jason Ellis show. I'm desperate. Please like and subscribe.
We do a live show too.
Oh yeah, we do a Patreon.
Each month we do a live show.
Oh, very cool.
In addition to the weekly show that we're doing, so we're we're aspiring to be you guys. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
guys,
shit.
They're trying to take this country back, guys. That's what they're trying to do.
Make America great again, everybody.
All right, thanks. We'll see you next time.
Bye,
guys.
mommies.
Thank you.
Right. I want to sing a song. I'm going to sing it for you. But it's another request. And the request is from Jamie. She wants me to sing about COVID-19. So the name of the song is Jamie COVID-19. Here we go. Jamie wants to go get a shot. Jamie wants to go get a shot. Jamie wants to go get a COVID-19 shot. Shot, 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 shot. Jamie wants to go get a shot. Jamie wants to go get a shot. Jamie wants to go get a COVID-19 shot. Jamie wants to go get a shot. Jamie wants to go get a shot. Jamie wants to go get a COVID-19 shot.
Well, have you seen anything like that before?
I really didn't like that.
Well, that's part of the roller coaster of the talks. Some you love, some you don't.
Just put that in the don't for me.
Okay, potato. I enjoyed it.
Really?
Jamie wants to go get a shot. Jamie wants to go get a shot. Jamie wants to go get a COVID-19 shot. Jamie wants to go get a shot. Jamie wants to go get a shot. Jamie wants to go get a COVID-19 shot. Shot, 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 shot. Shot, 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 shot. Here we go.
Did you like that full episode of Your Mom's House? Are your jeans as high and tight as it can be? I doubt it. Watch some more clips, dude. Look at that one. Watch that one right here. Or maybe here. Maybe here. Maybe you should subscribe. That way, every time a new video gets posted, you'll be notified. Stay in the know, jeans. Subscribe. Now.
What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Market Talk Show. I'm a Silent Mike. Yeah, who knows honors? Not bad. Pretty nice. Nadeem, and today we got a very controversial topic. Did you say very? Like a smoothie? Yeah, very, very, very controversial. Should we only have deadlift bars? Who's we? I mean, not stiff bars. Take all the deadlift bars out and convert everything into a stiff bar. Was that bodybuilders? CrossFitters.
I think that was a Freudian slip because Bart only wants to lift on deadlift bars.
That's true.
Yeah, that was a Freudian slip for sure.
What?
But you're a pussy, and we should only use stiff bars, not Texas, because you're a pussy if you use a Texas bar.
Have you ever squatted with the deadlift bar? No, I've always wanted to.
Have you ever squatted with a weightlifting bar?
Yeah. Have you ever seen